Alrighty, good afternoon to you all here. Happy Thursday, February 27th, 2025. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. We're going to go ahead and start and get into this video here. It's going to be a pretty brief video with you guys. We'll cover more on our live stream about this afternoon and later on tonight. But boy, do we have a significant severe weather outbreak, a multi-day severe weather outbreak on tap for us early next week. This is going to be on Monday night into Tuesday being the main day, and on Wednesday across the East Coast. We've got multiple states under the threat for significant, if not potentially a tornado outbreak, especially on Tuesday across eastern Texas, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and Mississippi. I do think this risk zone, this is our day 6 outlook, guys. Day 6 outlook. Only 8 times in history, including today, have we ever had a day 6 enhanced risk zone issued from the Storm Prediction Center. 8 times. So this is a very, very rare event that's going to be happening on Tuesday as far as the outlook perspective goes. I think that we're going to continue to see this trend up as far as our risk zones go. Sadly, as we get closer to this event happening, we're continuing to watch our jet stream amplifier. Instability is still in place. A lot of things are really getting to, becoming more confident on this forecast. So if you live in these highlighted regions that we talk about today and in future videos leading up to this event, please be weather aware. I don't usually talk about the threat for a tornado outbreak, 6 to 7 days in advance, but with this having so much high confidence in this event next Tuesday and Wednesday, the threat is there. The Storm Prediction Center sees that. They have issued their risk zone. So once again, if you're in that yellow shaded area there, that is a 15% chance of significant severe weather over the next really, it's going to be on Tuesday here, and then we've got that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk there in that 30% region across East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Like I said, I do expect that this risk zone will change. Honestly, personally, I do think we could shift this as far as the Ohio Valley, and I do think the enhanced risk will probably get a little bit bigger over time as we continue to see increased confidence, like I said, in our parameters for our severe weather event. Now, this will be a very unique event, guys. Also, another thing that we don't see that very often is the wording that's at the bottom of the description here. We've got a strong tornado threat, guys. A strong tornado threat 6 days in advance here. The Storm Prediction Center doesn't usually issue these conversations until the day of or the day before. So the fact that we have the threat for all modes of severe weather, including supercells, clusters, and eventually even a squall that can produce significant damaging winds, and the threat for strong tornadoes, you need to be weather aware. You need to have an action plan in place now. You need to be getting those plans in place as we go. And then we'll also have, believe it or not, another record being broken here. We have a day 7 outlook for the East Coast. So this is not just going to stop on Tuesday. It's going to go across the East Coast on Wednesday. And we have a unique and first ever February day 7 outlook for the state of North Carolina and South Carolina ever issued by the Storm Prediction Center. And SPC has been an organization and a group of people that issue these risk zones for years and years and years and years. We're talking back to the 1960s. So it's been a good amount of time since we've seen something like this. And, this is a level 2 risk out of 5 right now. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Southeast Mississippi there. You guys are under the threat for significant severe weather potentially as we go into Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon as this system works its way east. I think the main threat for Wednesday will be damaging winds and some brief spin-up tornadoes, but I think that damaging wind threat could get upgraded if we do see our intensifying amplitude trough to continue to intensify and allow for a little bit more instability. So we'll have a strong shear and medium to low cape environment, allowing for the damaging wind threat to really get going here. But once again, guys, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be the main days next week for severe weather. We will be covering these live here on the channel as we always do. We'll be in severe weather coverage mode, tornado outbreak mode, whatever decides to happen. We will be live all morning and all day and all night for each one of these events that happen to keep you guys safe and weather aware. Also, I do want to talk about there is the threat for severe weather on Sunday and Monday. We have a little short amplitude trough that's going to be moving through across the Southern Plains. Very isolated threat for severe weather as we go into Sunday afternoon and Monday. But I think Monday night, as that trough kicks in, our main wave, we'll see the threat for severe weather ramp up as we go into Monday night and Tuesday afternoon. So let's talk about what we can see here on our precip run real quick and real briefly here. This is going to show us basically an idea of where, our storms are going to fire off at here. It gives us a certain idea here, not 100% confident, but a pretty good idea on where we're going to see that at. And as we go into Sunday here, you do see a shortwave trough that does eject across the central portions of the Southern Plains here, giving us the threat for some type of low-end severe weather in this corridor here, maybe hail and some damaging winds, possibly, if anything. There will be a capping in the place. That's when storms have to overcome basically a lid in the atmosphere to mature and evolve. So there will be a capping inversion in place on Sunday and Monday. As we go into Tuesday, though, you see that low coming off the Rockies. You see the storms moving in as soon as early Tuesday to midday Tuesday afternoon. We will have a very, very broad open warm sector for storms to initiate in. I think we're still kind of watching the effects up here that could take place in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky for a low-end risk for severe weather. If things do increase on that, I'll let you guys know as well. I would be in that risk zone here in Kentucky, so we'll keep you guys updated. But the main event is going to be down here in East Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Arkansas and Mississippi and Tennessee as we go into the Tuesday afternoon time frame and Wednesday. And the European model specifically here has this actually slowed down just a slight little bit, giving us a threat for more severe weather on Wednesday. Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday as an intensifying squall line will work its way off the East Coast. So multiple days of severe weather here on tap next week, if not 4 or 5 days next week. And then I want you guys to also see something. We're going to have another trough that potentially comes in on Friday and Saturday for some low-end severe weather along Louisiana and the coastline there again on Saturday before we see a little cold shot of air moving in across the Ohio Valley, the Midwest, and the plains in the Northeast again. Just a brief cool down here with some temperatures back in the 20s and 30s, but that will eventually, again, warm back up as we go towards that second week of March. We're expecting the threat for maybe another significant severe weather event as we go into the March 10th through the March 15th timeframe. You can already see this popping up on the Euro model run. So as I've been mentioning to you guys over the last couple of days, the threat for significant severe weather, as well as these tornado outbreaks, these severe weather outbreaks that we're going to see are going to start to happen as we go into the month of March here, and eventually April and May and June as we get into that peak tornado season timeframe. So make sure you guys have those action plans in place and you're ready to go. One other thing I want to jump through here with you guys is going to be our troughing. This just shows us what we're going to be seeing here. Here's our first little system on Sunday. Kind of gives us an idea of what we're going to see severe weather wise, potentially maybe on Sunday and Monday here. There will be a little bit, like I said, of instability here in place and some decent dew points to give us the threat for some marginal hail and some damaging winds. Then our main troughing kicks off here as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, seeing the very, very strong positively tilted trough and almost actually negatively tilted slash neutral here as we go into Tuesday night here, looking at a strong intensifying mid-level jet stream of 100 plus knots, potentially also seeing a low-level jet of 75 to 80 knots over the Kentucky and Tennessee Valley and Ozarks there, giving us the threat for strong, violent, long-track tornadoes. I think that will definitely be on the table, especially early in the evening on Tuesday, where we see the abundance of supercells that develop in front of our line or our cold front. So still trying to figure out the storm mode and what that's going to do. We'll keep you guys updated on that. And the next jet stream, it'll continue off the way to the east, moving our cold front off to the east, and then we'll get a break. We'll see another system move through on the weekend potentially, and then a ridge develops, and then we get another shot at another pretty significant severe weather event as we go into that second week of March. Still got a ways away to figure that one out. But another thing I want to show you guys here is also going to be the instability values. Just gives us an idea of what the energy is like in the atmosphere. And you can see on the European model here on Sunday and into Monday, a little bit of instability. We really get that instability going there on Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, and then it skirts along the East Coast. Now, I do want to mention something. Just because we don't have super strong instability values in place, and so a lot of the times these models like to underdo on instability just slightly. This will probably come into more fruition when we get our short-range models in this weekend and into Sunday and Monday. But there will be a high shear. This is what we call a high shear, low CAPE event for some people that will experience this severe weather risk. And typically the high shear allows for whatever instability in the atmosphere is to just latch onto these storms that are already ongoing and allow for them to continue to strengthen as they work their way east, or at least maintain strength wind damage-wise. So we will see the threat for QLCS tornadoes in this line, as well as more than likely just the damaging wind threat. We saw something kind of like this back last Saturday when we had that line of storms with tornado potential back along Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas last Saturday. So kind of the same similarity, but maybe a little bit more intense with the troughing that we're going to be seeing with this. So another thing that I do want to run over here with you guys as well is going to be the severe weather outlook for today. Yes, we do have a risk for severe weather today. There actually is a marginal risk zone in place for portions of Ohio, northwestern West Virginia here, and far extreme northeast Kentucky. This is just a general damaging wind threat here. Winds up to 65, 60 miles an hour could be possible this afternoon. No tornadoes really expected with this, although you can always have a conditional tornado whenever you've got a severe weather risk zone. We actually saw that back in Oregon the other day. But here's an idea of our storms we've been through, firing off this afternoon between 3 and 8 p.m. across Ohio here. Individual cells could produce some small hail as well with this, so just be mindful of that, but not anything ridiculously crazy. We'll probably actually get on stream and cover some of this as it does happen this afternoon, just to keep you guys updated in the loop on things. But other than that, guys, get prepared. If you're not prepared now, it is going to continue to go up with our trends, at least as of right now, as far as seeing for severe weather next week. I'll have more updates with you guys in the future here. Be safe, be weather aware, and thank you for watching.